Saxon Course 2, Lesson 3, Unknown Numbers and Addition, Subtraction, Multiplication, and Division. So here we have an unknown number with addition problems. So my first one, I have n plus 53 equals 75. Now if it's an addition problem, you're always going to do the reverse operation to find your missing number. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. So you're going to subtract 53 from 75 to find your answer. Okay, 5 minus 3 is 2, 7 minus 5 is 2 as well. So n is equal to 22. To double check, we're going to take the 22 and put it back into our original equation and see if we get 75. So if I have 22 plus 53, okay, 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7, so 75. So that means 22 is my correct answer. Now I do that no matter what addend is missing. So in this second problem, 26 plus a equals 61, even though it's the second number missing, I'm still going to subtract to find it. So I'm going to do 61 minus 26. Okay. Borrow from the 6. 6 becomes a 5. 1 becomes an 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. So my answer is 35. Now on the last one, I'm going to have to add up these numbers before I can figure out what my missing number is. So I'm going to add up all of my whole numbers that I know. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 8 is 22. So I'm going to have 22 plus n equals 40. Again, we're going to subtract to find that missing number. So 40 minus 22. Okay, borrow from the 4. 4 becomes a 3. 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 3 minus 2 is 1. And again, to double check that, I would just put my answer here up into my missing number. Okay, with subtraction, it's a little bit trickier because what we do will depend on which is missing, the minuend or the subtrahend. So if the minuend is missing, that's the first number, I'm going to have to add to find it. Because if you think about it, you have p minus 24 equals 17. So I have to have a big number minus 24 to equal this number here. If the number was smaller, you would get a negative answer. So to find the missing number in this case, I'm going to add 24 plus 17. 4 plus 7 is 11, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So my answer is 41. To double check, you would do 41 minus 24 and to see if we get 17. So borrow from the 4, 4 becomes a 3, 1 becomes an 11, 11 minus 4 is 7, 3 minus 2 is 1. So the answer is correct. Okay, in the second case, my missing number is the subtrahend, or the second number. So I know I have a big number minus my subtrahend equals a smaller number. Again, if the x was bigger than 32, my answer would be negative. So I know x has to be smaller. To get a smaller number, I'm going to have to subtract. So when the subtrahend is missing, the second number, you will have to subtract to find it. So I'm going to do 32 minus 14. Okay, borrow from the 3, 3 becomes a 2, 2 becomes a 12, 12 minus 4 is 8, 2 minus 1 is 1. So my answer is 18. Again, I'd put that into my equation to make sure it's correct. So 32 minus 18, we'll see if we get 14. Borrow from the 3, becomes a 2, 12, 12 minus 8 is 4, 2 minus 1 is 1. So my correct answer is 18. Hey, with multiplying, we're going to do the opposite operation to find my answer. So I have 12n, which is 12 times n, equals 168. So to find what n is, I'm going to divide 168 by 12. I'm going to do 168 divided by 12. So 12 can't go into 1. 12 goes into 16 once. That's 12. Subtract 4 left over, bring down the 8. 12 goes into 48 4 times, and that zeroes out. That equals 48. So my answer is 14. Again, to make sure we did it right, you'd put it back into the equation. And 14 times 12 is 168. Now with division, again, you're going to have to either divide or multiply depending on which number is missing. So if the number here on top is missing, okay, that's the dividend, you're going to multiply the two other numbers to find the missing number. So the number's on top, which is the dividend, you're going to multiply. So we're going to do 15 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So A equals 45. Again, to check, you do 45 divided by 3 and see if that equals 15, which it does. On the second part B, my missing number is in the bottom, which is my divisor. So when the missing number is divisor, you're going to have to divide to find it. So we're going to do 64 divided by 4. Okay, 4 goes into 6 once. That's 4. Subtract, we get 2. Bring down the 4. 4 goes into 24 6 times. So my answer for this, B, equals 16. Okay. To double check, you would put it in. You'd see if 64 and 16 equals 4, which it does. Okay, and that's it for Lesson 3.